Thank you for joining me today. I'm Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. We're going to teach you the feather stitch. If you like this kind of concept, just give me a like or even comment if this is something new that you've learned today. So this is crochet feather stitch in the rows. We also have a video for crochet feather stitch in the round. It's completely different from each other on the way that's executed, and we'll talk about those in each of those tutorials. Today is all about the rows. I have some resources for you and ways to be able to change the pattern to be able to customize it for yourself. If you prefer not to listen to me yap, we also have a downloadable available to you that has the written instructions for what I'm teaching today, as well as a crochet diagram. And it is a total of 7 pages, and both the rounds and the rows are available in this download. See the video description for more detail. To change the size of this pattern, it's multiples of 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8. As long as it's an even number when you're doing your first chain, you're good to go. So you can just do the chain, get it to the length that you would like to do, and then go, as long as it's an even number. Let's create our first slip knot. We have slower tutorials available on our channel if you are looking for more basics. I would think that this is almost an intermediate stitch. So let's put our slip knot onto the hook, and remember I said that the multiple is an even number, so it's just an even number, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So 1, 2, and I would probably just do it like that, or 1, 2, or you could just start counting. So you got 4 on there so far, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that 12 is an even number, so that I'm good to go, and then I can demonstrate on how this is done. So let's begin row number 1. Row number 1, you're going to go second chain from the hook, so this is the first chain. Second, turn it over and get the back hump of the chain. I think it looks nicer, but you can decide what works for you. And you're going to half double crochet into that back hump of the second chain from the hook. So just going on and pulling it through. See the 3 loops? That's your half double crochet. So that's your first stitch. So you're just going to work your way down the chain. Now that you've done the first back hump of the chain, all the rest of them will stay facing upward, and you can just work your way down and just half double crochet all the way across your chain. So this will make a nice closed off beginning row for row number 1. So what I want you to do is work your way all down. A tip that I have for you is that the number of half double crochets will be an odd number. Because we did second chain from the hook, we've eliminated one of the chains out. So if we started with 12, there's only going to be 11 half double crochets. So it's just keeping that in mind. So half double crochet all the way down your chain. I'll be right back in a moment. Coming to the very last chain, and that's it. So now you're ready for row number 2, and row number 2 we need to start establishing some spaces. So let's turn our work and let's begin row number 2 next. Row number 2, we need to create space work that we're going to start doing the feather stitch eventually in the future, but this is kind of a foundation starting. So we're going to chain 1, that will not count as anything, and in the same one directly below, you are going to half double crochet. Now, we need to create spaces that we'll use in the future. So we're going to chain 1, skip the next half double crochet and go to the second one over and half double crochet in there. And you're going to do that all the way across. So chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet in the next. So if you know what you're doing, just put me on pause. And for those that want to finish the row, we're going to keep on going. So chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1, and you are going to half double crochet into the last stitch. So it should look like a picket fence at this time. So we're going to turn our work, and so row 3 is the foundation starting of a feather stitch. So the problem is that we don't have exactly the right configuration in what we're doing right now, but it will be in the next row. So right from row number 4 to whenever you feel like finishing, that'll be different from the way that we're doing it right now on row number 3. So to start row number 3, you are going to chain 1, and you are going to half double crochet into the very first stitch where this is coming out of. Now we're technically going to do a 3 together half double crochet. So half double crochet 3 together. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus in this space right here, right where my finger's wiggling. We're going to focus in this empty stitch that's directly here, and we're going to focus in the space right directly after. So think about like the Trinity, it's in a group of 3. So the space, the stitch, and the next space. So how we do this, before we start, we're going to chain 1 and start doing a half double crochet 3 together. So wrap the hook, come into the space, yarn over, pull through, and so we have 3 loops on the hook. We're now going to yarn over again and go into the skip stitch right here on the front side. Okay, and when we go in the front side, we're going to let this go over so that it traps everything in between. So we're just going to go right on in to that skip stitch. This is going to go over top of the row, and you're going to pull through. But you can't just leave it down there. You're going to have to pull up some slack. That's what the feather looks like. So just wiggle it and pull it up. So now you got 5 loops on the hook. You're now going to focus on the next space that's available to you. So you're going to yarn over and going in and pull through. And so now you have 7 loops on the hook. You're going to pull through all through 7. Okay, so you can see the legs. Here's 1 leg, 2nd, and 3rd, and that's referenced in the materials that I've shown to you in the downloadable. So we're going to chain 1 before doing it all over again. So when we start the next one to all the way to the end, we're going to focus on this space directly below. We're going to focus on this stitch that's been skipped, and then we're going to focus on the next stitch. So we've already chained 1 before we started, so we're just going to go in, yarn over, pull through the first space. We're going to come into this empty stitch, so yarn over, going right in through the front, let that go up over top of the row, and when you pull through, you just got to wiggle it to pull it up to a height that makes sense. Then you're going to use the space right after, so yarn over and in, pull through. You can see 7 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all 7. Chain 1, and then keep on moving. So I'll show it to you again. So use the space right here. So yarn over, go into the space, pull through, come into the empty stitch, so yarn over and into the empty stitch, going right up over top of the row, and you're going to wiggle it. And then yarn over, come into the next space. Yes, we can see 7 loops on the hook, pull through all 7. And chain 1. So if you think you got it, just put me on pause and I'm going to demonstrate it one more time, and then I'm going to show you how it ends. So we're going to yarn over and into the space, pull through, yarn over and into the stitch, letting that go over top, wiggle it. So you want to get that wiggle down so that it's pretty much consistent. And then you're going to yarn over and come into the next space. 7 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through everything. So I'm going to show you how to finish now. So you're going to chain 1, and you are just going to immediately, in the last half double crochet here, just half double crochet. It feels wrong, but it works out. Okay, and that's what it will look like at this point. So you're going to turn your work and now do row number 4, and row number 4 all the way until you feel like you're done is going to be the same each and every time. So let's start number 4, which is the repeat all the way until the cows come home. Let's chain up 1 first, and we're going to do exactly what we just did in the last row, but there's a slight change. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to half double crochet in the first half double crochet. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to do a feather stitch. So we are going to use this space here. We are going to go through this space 2 rows below, and then we're going to come up to this space up here. Okay, so let's try. So yarn over and into the space directly below. Yarn over, pull through. Now we're going to yarn over and go directly to this space 2 rows below. So this is 1 row below, 2 rows below. And you're really gonna have to go in there, dig it in, go right up over top of your row and pull through and wiggle it up to get it to the height that you need. So you got 5 loops on the hook, and just use your fingers to separate things. If you don't see it, you're gonna come into your next space. So yarn over, next space, pull through. You now have your 7 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 7. So the only difference from row number 3 to now is that we're using a space where before we were using a physical stitch to anchor it. So you're going to chain 1 after it and then keep on moving down the row. So you're going to use the next space, the space 2 rows below, and then next space after here. So this is a great yarn to use for stitches you don't see well through. So yarn over and in, pull through, yarn over, come 2 spaces below, wiggle it and pull it up, and then come into the space after. So yarn over and pull through. 7 loops on the hook. So yarn over, pull through, so it's a chain 1 and then keep on going. So yarn over to the next space, yarn over to the space 2 rows directly below, wiggle it, bring it up, and yarn over, come into the next space. 7 loops, pull through all 7, and then chain 1. And if you know that what you're doing, you can put me on pause until you get to the end of the row. And if you're ready for the end of the row, I'm going to keep on going. So we're going to do 1 more. These all line up on top of each other. So you see there's 1 here, so there should be 1 right here. So it kind of just wiggles its way up like a paintbrush. So yarn over and into the next space. Yarn over to the space 2 rows below. Wiggle it to bring up the height. And yarn over to the next space before the last half double crochet. 7 loops on the hook, pull through all 7. Chain 1, and then that's it. You just have to half double crochet into the very final. I'm going to show you 1 more row. Isn't that beautiful? And so now we're going to turn to work and I'll show you another row. Just make sure you got it. So both sides are pretty much going to be similar to each other in the way they look. Let's begin the next row. To begin the next row, it's exactly what we just learned in row number 4. So we're going to chain 1, and you're going to half double crochet into the first half double crochet. You're going to chain 1, and now you're going to do the feather stitch. So you're going to go to the space directly below, the space 2 rows below, and the next space after this. So yarn over into the first space, yarn over to the space 2 rows below, wiggle it to bring it up, and then yarn over to the next space after you see the feathers. And you're back to 7 loops, pull through all through 7, chain 1 will move you to the next one. So you're going to come into the next space, the space 2 rows below, and the space after. So just keep yarning over and kind of just bring them all together. This stitch actually is not really time consuming at all. It's a lot of swinging of the hook. Just don't forget to chain 1 after each one of those. Okay, next space 2 rows below, bring it up, and next space after. Bring it through all through 7, chain 1, and keep doing that. So I'm going to do the end of the row next. So after the last one goes in, chain 1, and then half double crochet into the last half double crochet. Pretty cool, eh? And with this thick yarn, this is a really thick fabric. So it's a double-sided pattern. And when you're ready to finish this off, we're gonna kind of want something similar to this so that it looks even on both sides. So in the next row, I'm gonna show you how the last row would be done after you're satisfied with your project. When you're ready, just say, I'm done, we're going to finish off your last one to make it look similar to the beginning. So chain 1 to start and half double crochet into the first half. And the easiest way to do this is that each chain 1 space is going to have a half double crochet, and each one of these feather stitches also have a half double crochet. So the next one was a space, the next one is a feather, next one's a space, next one's a feather, space, and so on right to the very end. So that will get your stitch counts to be perfect on both sides, back to where you had started. And then you're going to half double crochet in the last one. And so that would be then your stitch work for the feather stitch in the rows. It's a really beautiful stitch, and we hope you've enjoyed today. Please leave me a comment and see how you did today.